So many questions in the NFC West. Nobody has any idea what's going to happen. Might be the most unpredictable division in the NFL for 2023. Let's try to break it down. What's going on, guys? Dick Support here, back with another video, and we have the last of the off-season previews with the NFC West. Not going to waste any more time. Let's talk about Arizona and just what could be happening with the Cardinals. To say that the Cardinals' 2022 season was a complete disaster would be an understatement. Steve Keim and Keith Kingsbury were fired after the Cardinals started off slow, never fully recovered, and it ended with Kyler Murray tearing his ACL. And we have no idea if Kyler is going to be able to play at all in 2023. That led to them getting the third overall pick. The good news is, if somebody wants to trade up to get one of those quarterbacks in the draft, the Cardinals can get a good number of picks. But the biggest issue that they have to deal with right now, besides Murray's injury, they have 3 offensive linemen that were starters last year that are over the age of 30, 2 of which missed most of last season, Justin Pugh and Ronnie Hudson, and then you also have Calvin Beachum. He did start all 17 games, but he's in his mid-30s. The offensive line needs a complete makeover so that they can protect Kyler for whenever he comes back. They only have $13 million in cap space. However, they could be able to free up some space even if those trade rumors for DeAndre Hopkins turn out to be true. And that's going to be the big one right there. DeAndre Hopkins. Are they going to trade him? He's definitely going to have a market, but what are teams going to be willing to give up to get him? Also, Matt Prater, their kicker, is a free agent, and so is Byron Murphy, who might be their best corner. But he also got hurt last year. He missed half of the season. Cardinals are in a critical offseason. They have to have the team ready. New head coach Jonathan Gannon has a lot ahead of him, and hopefully he can rise to the occasion and the Cardinals can be back in the playoffs. Let's face it, the Rams' 2022 season just was not good at all. They struggled, dealt with injuries. The worst part of it is they can't even benefit from that because their first round pick went to Detroit, which turned into the 6th overall pick. They don't pick until the 2nd round, 36 overall, unless they trade up into the 1st round. And I don't know if that's going to happen. But another problem is they are $14 million over the cap, and they have some key free agents that they may want to re-sign. Matt Gay, their kicker, he's a free agent. Ashawn Robinson, one of their defensive tackles, he's a free agent. Taylor Rapp's another one, their starting safety, who is one of their best players. I don't know if they're going to be able to re-sign him. And Jalen Ramsey might be on the trading block. He's still one of the best corners in the league. However, can they get a package that they had to send to Jacksonville to get him? Another thing, Matthew Stafford, is he going to be ready to go for the season? And what's going to happen with Baker Mayfield? Baker Mayfield came in and performed well. He performed well as a Ram. Is somebody going to want to sign him to be their starter? That's a big question. The Rams were basically trading away their future in order to win a Super Bowl. Well, they got the Super Bowl, but now what? The future does not look good for the Rams. And Sean McVay is thinking about retirement. So what the heck is going to happen with the Rams this offseason? Can they rebound? I think we all know the big free agent for the 49ers. It's Jimmy Garoppolo. The 49ers, it looks like they're going to be moving on from Garoppolo and going with either Lance or Brock Purdy. The big question with Purdy is, when is he going to be ready? He has to get surgery on his elbow after he hurt it in the championship game. But the big thing with Jimmy Garoppolo is, who's going to sign him? Somebody's going to want him as their starter. I'm just not sure who. Another thing with the 49ers, they don't pick until the 3rd round. And it's not even their own 3rd round pick, it's a compensatory pick. Keep this in mind. They traded away their 1st, their 2nd, their 3rd, and their 4th round pick. The 1st round pick, they traded to Miami. Meanwhile, the other 3, they traded to Carolina for Christian McCaffrey. And besides Jimmy G, Jimmy Ward's also a free agent. He's been with them for a long time. Mike McGlinchey, one of the best right tackles in the league, is also a free agent. Somebody's going to want to sign him to a big deal. Oh, don't forget, Robbie Gould, their kicker, who is still one of the best kickers in the league, is also a free agent. They only have $5 million in cap space. That's it. They got to move some money around. We know how good the 49ers have been for a while now. Can they continue to be that good after almost getting to the Super Bowl last year? I don't know how the Seahawks pulled off what they did last year. This team was supposed to be rebuilding and nowhere near the playoffs. Well, they made the playoffs, and they were a whole lot better than the Broncos, who they traded Russell Wilson to. And they got rewarded for that trade because they have the 5th overall pick, and they also have the 20th overall pick, their own draft choice. Now the Seahawks have a decision to make. Geno Smith just had a career year after being a failed second-round pick for the New York Jets and just spending a lot of time as a backup. Had an amazing season, but now he's a free agent. Seattle has to make a choice. Do they keep Geno Smith, or do they go with one of the young guys in the NFL draft? That's a big question. Some other free agents they have, Rashad Penny, who they drafted in the 1st round, who has had his moments as a running back, but they already have Kenneth Walker. So what's going to happen with Penny? I'm not entirely sure. LJ Collier, who they drafted in the 1st round, do they bring him back? Another former 1st round pick, this time for the Raiders, Jonathan Abram is also a free agent. Now they do have $24 million in cap space, so they're not tight against the cap. They just need to figure out where they want to go with this team. If they decide to stick around with Geno Smith for a few more years, that's fine. If they decide that they want to take a chance with one of the young guys, that's fine too. Pete Carroll, during his time in Seattle, has shocked everyone, and it wouldn't surprise me if he's not done shocking people just yet. Alright guys, those were my off-season previews for the NFC West teams, and free agency is about to start, so we are going to see what every single team is going to do and where every single big-time free agent is going to sign. And who gets franchised, who doesn't. This is going to be an exciting time for NFL fans, and I can't wait to see the chaos it will bring. I'm Dick's Report, and as always, I will see you guys next time.